Some back information: I work for a corporation and/or institution where users handle enough information to be able to commit at least 2-3 felonies for every little query they touch, which isn't that hard to imagine. As such, they have a lot of policies that seem like extreme overkill, but on some level I agree with the attempt. The actual application of the rules I think borders on insanity, but the attempts aren't all complete failures. And #X200B. So some info you need to know: there's an internal USB connector inside the case. All the external USB ports have physical blocks superglued in. This is another story I've already posted. And #X200B. So, Friday morning 8 a.m. I'm sitting around waiting for a ticket, something to do. I get a call in that a computer can't log in. There's no ticket because, well, they can't log in to start a ticket. Entirely understandable. The computer is network login, so there's 1,000 different things it can be. Heck, it could just be unplugged and not turning on. Yeah, I'll know how users can be. I head up to their cubicle and start checking. Everything is plugged in, the computer turns on and there's no internet. I switch her network cord with her neighbor's to check the cord. Everything upstream, her neighbor's computer connects with her jack. I log into the local admin account and there's no internet connection or network connection at all. Check device manager and there's the problem. The driver for the onboard network got corrupted or something, can't roll it back either. And #X200B. Great, this means I need authorization from cybersecurity to use a flash drive, and then I'll need to tear the computer apart to get to a USB port that is hidden inside the case that isn't superglued. Now the key for the case requires my supervisor to sign off on it and give me the key for the case lock. As well, I have to write up the ticket and put it into the system. And #X200B. I run down to the Batcave and download the driver for her computer and email it to my boss, with a note to stick it on a thumb drive. And then walk to his desk. And #X200B. Hey boss, I emailed you a network driver I need on a thumb drive. I also need you to submit my authorization form to CyberSec for the use of a portable storage device. Yes, that really is 2 forms. And #X200B. So we sent the form off to cybersecurity to authorize. Request for USB storage device usage. Time estimated on the work, 15 minutes. Reason: copying network drivers to get the computer back on the network. And #X200B. And #X200B. Half an hour later, no response. Head of IT calls down to cybersecurity to get an ETA. And #X200B. 10 minutes later the request comes back as denied. And #X200B. Reason: just email the file. And #X200B. So we got the biggest idiot ever reviewing the request. She has a tendency to just completely drop the ball. Before they took the job in cybersecurity, she had neither experience in cybersecurity, nor any basic understanding of IT. But it's okay, she can haphazardly enforce rules she doesn't understand, and she spends her day helping idiots reset their passwords using the password reset tool. And #X200B. So my boss has to call her and explain the situation. After 5 minutes on the phone, he has to go upstairs to the boss of cybersecurity and explain why she's an idiot today. And #X200B. Half an hour later the approval comes from the cybersecurity comes into my email, and my boss texts me to grab the form from him, and his spare keys and USB drive. And #X200B. So now I have both authorization forms and I return to the woman's desk. She left a note for me that she's making a Starbucks run and will be back. And #X200B. So I power down her computer and turn it on its side so I can get it open to plug the USB in. I'm standing there fiddling with the flash drive and someone yanks it out of my hand, tosses it to the floor, and he starts stomping on it. And #X200B. What the hell are you doing? USB devices are banned, he replied. And #X200B. Whoa. First of all, I have an authorization form from cybersecurity. Second of all, that's company property, and third of all, you just destroyed evidence, I tell the idiot. So I call my boss, and he's still in cybersecurity's office, or water cooler, break room, as I explain what went down. Cybersecurity overhears this exchange. Cybersecurity decides to open a file on mishandling of suspect data, aka smashing evidence. And #X200B. Around about 11 a.m. my boss comes back to the user's desk with a different flash drive and the drivers for the network adapter and another stack of new forms for him to do the work. And #X200B. I spent an hour with cybersecurity filing out paperwork about the destruction of a $5 flash drive, giving my statement on the data mishandling, and my statement responding to the accusation of using a USB storage device. And #X200B. So it took 3 hours and 15 minutes of 2 text time, including the head of IT, to reinstall a network driver. And #X200B. And now they have to pay a data recovery specialist God only knows how much to try to recover nothing of any value on a $5 flash drive, to prove there was nothing malicious on it. And #X200B. Oh, and I'm on paid leave because they don't know for certain what's on the flash drive. Cybersecurity told me that as long as data recovery finds what I said is on it, or can't find anything, that I'm in the clear. If the drive hadn't been smashed, cybersecurity would have just looked at the USB drive and looked at what is on the drive. Should have taken like 8 seconds to do. And #X200B. Instead I can collect paychecks until the data recovery experts take a few cracks at the USB drive. And #X200B. But the good news is that I got to go home early on a Friday. And #X200B. Also I get a long weekend. Maybe I'll binge watch Stargate. This tale takes place more than 2 decades ago, when the phones were still dumb and the discourse on social media was still smart. GeoCities was still under construction and MySpace didn't even exist yet. I had just left my small hometown behind and started college in a big city, where I learned that there is an upper limit to how much ice cream one man should eat in one sitting and that total anonymity is not enough to escape the legacy of being the computer guy. One night I was hanging out with a few friends, getting my ass kicked at Marvel vs. Capcom by a girl whose strategy was essentially mash all the buttons. Let me tell ya, it stings just a bit to keep losing to someone like that. Still does, in fact. Anyway, the night went on and we all started discussing our school life. It turned out the girl who'd been kicking my ass for the last hour was having computer troubles and needed to get an assignment delivered to a professor by the end of the week. I can help with that. I blurted out. Damn it, my cover as a normal human is blown. Really? She said. That'd be great. Come fix it tomorrow afternoon and I'll send you home with some food. I had been tutoring in exchange for home-cooked meals for some time by this point. It's a great way to meet people and not starve, and most of the people I knew didn't have much cash either, so everybody won. So the next day I visited her house, turned on the computer and heard an awful grinding noise from the CD burner. Has it always been possessed? No, this is new. Ah, well, it looks like you'll need a replacement. Although I don't remember why anymore, I knew she needed the drive operational ASAP, so I took her down to the local computer shop. I spoke the language of IT and managed to get her a deal on a 4X burner, slaps top of box. This bad boy can burn so much data. Back at her place I installed the drive and saved the day, netting me a big hug and many thanks. As I was putting my screwdriver back in my bag she turned to me. Hey, do you want to go out for dinner? To this day, there is exactly one person in this world whose computer I don't mind fixing. TL, doctor, married my client. I was 19 and interviewing for an IT job at less than company name removed greater than in Guildford, Sydney, at the turn of the century. They got bought out by BP, the petrol company. If you're a local you can guess that their name starts with Cass and ends with Drull. 4. Interviewer. Me, yours truly? Italics are non-vocal. The interview was going very well, and there was. 4. Just one final question. Me, outwardly sporting a polite smile, inwardly cheering myself on how well the interview was going. 4. If there's a server outage at 7 p.m. at night, and you got a call, would you be willing to come back into the office to resolve it? Me, sure. You seem like such a nice employer. These things happen. I'd be happy to support you in good times and bad. It would be second nature for me to come in. 4. Excellent. Me, actually, sorry, I'm not finished. I can only come in if I don't have you and I that evening. I go part-time 2 nights a week, and I can't miss that. 4. looks down, shuffles some papers with an evil smile. I'll give you another chance to answer that question. If there's a server outage at 7 p.m. at night, and you got a call, would you be willing to come back into the office to resolve it? Me, why is he asking again? Me, looking to the side and understanding. Oh. Uncomfortable pause. My future boss is still sporting that evil smirk. Me, out of sheer 19-year-old naivety than any other reason, I guess I would come back into work? 4, that's the correct answer. I missed UNI the first time I got a call. The second time I got a call whilst in UNI, I didn't pick the phone. Got the evil eye the next day from all my coworkers. Started calling all the IT job agencies that same day, received 2 offers within 2 weeks literally offering me double pay. If you want shift workers, pay for them. Or at least, respect my boundaries.